I found out in July 2011 after a big argument with my ex-partner, and I had also gone into the hospital for self-harm. And I was complaining of stomach pains, and I didn't know why I was sore or anything like that. And the lady asked me to do urines, and she came back and said, congratulations, you're pregnant. And I wasn't happy. Like, I'll be honest, I was crying. I didn't know what to do. I thought my life was going to end because I was going to be a solo mother. I didn't think that I'd be able to handle it. And at the time, I really wasn't in the right space to raise a child. I was an alcoholic. I was a drug addict. I used pills, anything to get a high, really. My father had died less than a year prior to me getting pregnant, and so I was still kind of getting over that. And I just was in a really down, deep hole, really. Nothing was working out for me. I would have ended up dead. I was self-harming. I was just really not in a good place, and I didn't have the supports in place that I needed. And I think that no, I wouldn't have been alive if it wasn't for getting pregnant. And so I look at that almost as my daughter's my saviour. I think, yeah, I think she is. He didn't want the child. Like, he didn't want the child at all. He told me straight away the first thing was to get an abortion. His mother was to get an abortion. And I couldn't, because I was wanting, like, at that stage, I really wanted to get an abortion because I thought that at the time it would be the right thing for myself. And my auntie came up to the hospital with a little silicone baby that I didn't know that they were doing the roadside thing in Hastings Hospital, and it was like a 12-week unborn child kind of looking thing, and to see that it had eyelashes, like eyelids and fingers and stuff like that, that it changed my mind completely, and I couldn't go through with it. To be honest, he was really, really nasty. He used to tell me quite often that she was a mistake, that he never wanted kids to me, that I wouldn't be able to look after her, that I wouldn't be able to cope. And I think, in my own eyes, from that point, I was out to prove everyone wrong, and that I could do it, and I will do whatever it takes to make my daughter have everything she needed. And I did so myself by purchasing everything myself. I pretty much prepared for her by myself and got myself ready for her arrival. Just after I'd had my daughter, the week I had my daughter, I think it was probably a week after, and she was still in Skiboo, I was sitting out the front of the hospital having a smoke, and I saw all the signs of do not abort and all that kind of stuff, and I'm alive, all the little things that James, I think, had with him. And I turned around and I said, so it's you were the ones with the silicone babies? And he said, what do you mean? And I said, if it wasn't for that silicone baby, I probably wouldn't have the daughter that I have today. And he couldn't understand, and so I told him. And he's been pretty much in his whole family has been, and they really love Rosalia, pretty much like she's a part of their family, because to see someone that could have done that, but just that one thing can change their whole perspective on everything and can change someone's whole life. And I think, yeah, I'm having still contact with them now, even to the point of I've now got a second daughter, and they are still supporting me right to this day. The last time I self-harmed was when I found out I was pregnant with Rosalia. They were the deepest scars or cuts that I'd ever done, to the point that 3 of them needed stitches. I haven't since cut myself since then. And I think in my own eyes it's because, I think in my own eyes it's because now I see that I have a purpose to live. And my purpose is to look after my girls and raise them to be the lawyers and the doctors that I want them to be, and not end up like me. You know, I want better for them than what I had. And so I've stopped, like, I haven't cut since then. And actually, I have since then, sorry about this, got 2 flowers over my scars. The rose representing Rosalia and the canna lily representing Brooklyn, because that is what stopped me from doing that. And so that's my way of dealing with it. And so that to me is something really important. And yeah, I feel sad now.